Alright guys, today we're going to be doing a what's in the box, obviously. And from the title of the video, this is going to be a different kind of a project that I normally do. Now, I have done props in the done a prop in the past, and if you guys haven't seen it, it's actually my Ghostbusters Proton Pack. I got videos in my playlist for it, but I'm going to take another stab at another one. This one is going to be another Halloween prop for this year. Now, from the title, you guys can see that this is going to be the creature in a box or monster in a box, whatever you want to call it. This kit is actually from FrightProps. I'm going to leave a link down below, so if you guys are interested in this or whatever, I'll leave a link to where I actually got it from. This is basically everything you need to make the prop except for the actual box itself. This is the pneumatics, the fog machine, there's a couple lights, the music, the speakers, the prop controller, and all the fittings that you're going to need for this. So I figured, I started to open it, then I figured, oh, let me make a video on this. Main reason is I haven't seen too many videos actually building the box itself and, you know, doing all the wiring and everything. There's a couple different versions that people have done, but I haven't seen one done with this kit before. Now, if you also go onto the FrightProps website that actually has this, they do have instructions on how to build it, not video instructions. There is I don't remember the guy's name, but he actually built this. So this is based off of what he did. The box, I think I'm going to change some things on it and you know, kind of make it my own type of a deal, but it's based off of that gentleman's plans, so to speak. So, without further ado, let's get into this one. So let's, I'm not going to zoom in, I'll just take everything out. So, obviously, this isn't, you know, a pre-made kit. This is all stuff that they put together, so pay no attention to what's on top of the box. But, obviously, you get a lot of packing peanuts. Now, this isn't the first thing I've got for FrightProps. Now, they do a very good job at packaging all their stuff. Obviously, as you can see, plenty of packing peanuts. I've also ordered their one of their starter kits. I forgot which one it is, to make the scissor mechanism. I'm going to do a video on that separately. I didn't do a tutorial on that one because basically that was like a trial and error type of a deal, but I will show you, you know, it done. But anyway, that's besides the point. Let's get into this one. So now, obviously, the first thing you see is this fog machine, the Hurricane 1000, and it's the Chauvet DJ. I know I'm butchering that name, but this is one of the things that you get with it. So you got that. They send you this set of speakers. So this is what your obviously your sound will play off of, and you have two of them, so you can pretty much put them wherever you want. Now, I know, as you can see, like, one is the main speaker and the other one kind of gets like daisy chained off of it, so you got that. And there's a whole bunch of small little bags in here. Like, here's their PIR motion sensor. You get that. In here, you get your 12-volt power supply and some Nano Lights. I'll open this up and show you guys what exactly everything is. There's a 12-volt relay in here. There's a whole bunch of small little parts with this. Now, I already opened this, so this isn't how it came. This was actually, what was it? This was actually wrapped up with bubble wrap, and this was all taped up in bubble wrap also. But in here, as you can see, you got all your fittings, your two solenoids. You got some hose, the elbows, the flow control valves, and your BooBox Flex, which is basically the brains of everything, as far as your sound and your setup goes. And here you have your two pistons. You have two pneumatic pistons, or valves, whatever. Two pneumatic pistons. There we go. That just took the, you know, a little distraction. But then you got that. One's a 2-inch and one's a 1.5 inches, I think. I gotta look again, but they give you pretty much everything you need to do this project. The only thing you might need is maybe some extra wiring, some extra hoses. I don't know. Depends on what you're doing and how you want to set the whole thing up. But let's take this down to the table, and I'll give you a better look at what is exactly in these bags. Alright guys, well here's all the pieces. I'm going to sit down for this one. But like I said, you get your 2 pistons, and you know they're wrapped up in the plastic, and these are dual activating pistons, because you have the 2 ports. So one will control your out, and the other one will control your in. So, and that's tight because these plugs are in there, so there's no air getting in there. So you got those 2 first, and then like I said, you got this 12-volt power supply to actually, you know, power up the BooBox Flex, which is in this box right here. So you open up the not the BooBox, sorry, it's the BooBox. I'm totally saying it wrong. This is the BooBox Flex. This is the BooBox 4, I believe, the Flex 4, because you have your 4 what the hell is it? The solid state outputs, and then you know you got your power in over here, and then you got your trigger inputs. You have 2 of them, so you can have multiple different trigger sequences, and there's your audio. So, and to program this, you either get like the Scaremaster, or you can actually plug it into what the hell they got there? It's like a controller that hooks up to the computer, or on the side you have your ScanDisk slot. So there's a couple different ways of actually programming this. And then on the inside it gives you a quick start guide that shows a lot of detail on how to, you know, hook a lot of this stuff up. And on the back end, yeah, this is how you program it. You can do the ScanDisk. You have the direct connect. I guess that's a module or something like that. And then there's your Scaremaster, which you would just hook up with. I believe it's just a regular cat line, cat 5 or 6, whatever. But I gotta read all this stuff, so I might be screwing a lot of it up. But that's basically the BooBox and the power. And then the other thing you have in this bag is they give you a micro SD card, and I think they said on the website it was going to be like a 4 gig card. So let's see. Yeah, it's 4, and then they give you the adapter so that you can, you know, put into your computer, or if you have like one of those USBs. And this is your 12-volt relay. This you actually hook up to the fog machine. You are going to have to modify the controller on the fog machine a little bit to make this work. But they give you a whole bunch of detailed instructions on how to do certain things like that on their website. So they do, you know, do a good job at you know, like just showing you how certain things are done if you have any questions. So you have that, and here are your the 2 Nano Lights. Now I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if we can get a closer view of that. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, but I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little green rubber piece on here that lets you know what type of LED is inside of it. I haven't hooked these up yet, so I don't know exactly how bright they are, but supposedly they're pretty bright. And we'll find out. So that's that. Those are your 2 Nano Lights that they give you. And 20 feet of hose. Now here are the 2 solenoids that they give you, the pneumatic solenoids for the 2 pistons. And they're basically identical. So you got this, and these are their 4-port. So basically with this you would have your 2 exhaust ports, your air in, and then this goes straight, these 2 go to the actual piston itself. So you get 2 of those, like that, and let me put the things to the side real quick. Then this is your sensor, you know, your motion sensor trigger for this whole thing. So you would mount this somewhere, and you know, someone walks by, the box will actually start doing what, you know, what it's supposed to be doing. And they give you the mounting hardware for it also, and detailed instructions on how to hook this up to multiple, you know, different like if you have two different like boot boxes or something like that. If you have multiple prop controllers, you can trigger it all off of one, and it'll show you how to do that. We have that, and in here we have the stowaway packing peanut. But here you have the mounting hardware for the pistons itself. So I'll give you all of that. Here is your hookup to your compressor. Now these are quick release fittings, so you just push in, and then they, you know, they stay, and then you would just push down on this black tab, and it releases the hose. So all their fittings are a quick release. You have, let's see, what do we got? You have 2 flow control valves, which are nice. You have a whole bunch of, here are the rubber boots, I guess they call them, and then these are just going to screw right onto the end of these pistons, because one's just going to, it's basically just going to pop the lid, and the second one is going to go straight down to the floor, so it actually, the lid opens and the box jumps. So you can do that. There's the second one, and then you have these 4 mufflers in there, which go to the exhaust ports on the solenoid valves. So they would just go on like that. And these just basically muffle the sound of the air coming out of the solenoid, so you don't hear the big, you know, like when you fill your tire up with air, and as soon as you take the valve off, you hear the psst. This actually muffles the sound a little bit, so it's not as loud. So you get 4 of them. You get 2 for each valve. Then you get a whole bunch of male fittings for the solenoid valves itself, because you're gonna have, you know, one here, and then another one here. You know, so you got there's a whole bunch of stuff, and they're pre-coated with Teflon tape on the threads, which is also pretty nice. So you don't have to really worry about that. And then you got your elbows for the pistons, and some more hardware for the actual mounting of the pistons. And then you have this Y connector, because you're gonna run one line in, and then you gotta split it off to the 2 solenoids. So that's, I mean, that's basically it for as far as this goes. And then, you know, as far as the speaker goes, they're just regular speakers. I'll do a separate thing with that, and the fog machine. But this is basically everything that they give you. And I mean, it's a lot. It looks like a lot, but it's really not that bad at all. So I can't wait to actually get started with this and put this whole thing together, and actually see how long it's going to take. So guys, I want to thank you for watching. Hopefully you know, this unboxing, you know, wasn't too long, but this is going to be like first time doing something this intricate, I guess you would say. This is definitely going to be interesting, because like I said, I did the scissor mech, and that was just a regular peekaboo, where, you know, you can actually program it on the peekaboo itself. This one, you actually got to download the program on the computer, and you know, you could set up the whole scare scene, or whatever you want to call it, on there. So that's going to be a little interesting, and actually can't wait to get started on this. Now I just got to find some old pallets and chop the living daylights out of them for it. So guys, I want to thank you again for watching, and I hope you will tune in for the next video, which will be making the actual box itself. So I guess because of that, I shall talk to you guys later.